Hey everybody, how's it going? Happy holidays. Today we're at the lovely Marina Jack area downtown. Although the weather isn't like super sunny, there's a whole bunch of segways coming right there. Segwayers, segging, seg, sidewalk seggers, seegers. I don't Segway. They still call them segways, I wonder? I'm sure the patent has run out on that, whatever you call it, technology, the gyroscopic technology, but I didn't even see them come when I started the camera. Anyway, on the way here, was driving down a side street that I usually, like a cut through. It wasn't a calculated thing. It was just, I just happened to turn down. Of course, it was downtown, like always, downtown. And I'm driving, let's say it's a 2-lane, 1 lane each way road, just big enough, just like any other residential type road. And I see a car ahead of me coming, I would say in my lane, straight toward me. Now on this street, there are people parked in the street, so sometimes you have to slow down and stop behind a car, but this guy was just, I would say, close to barreling. I don't know if he was fully barreling or partially barreling, but like I said, I'm on my motorcycle. He's coming right down the lane right into me, okay, right at me. So I waited like a second or two to see if he was gonna finally go over to his side of the lane, and he didn't. And he deliberately like stopped, and I only had, I'd say, maybe 3 feet of space like this. Like I was angling over toward my side of the lane, because when he didn't stop and he was doing, okay, so let's say residential is probably 25 miles an hour, 20 miles an hour. He was probably doing 35 or 40. He was booking it. And so I start honking the horn at him because, like I said, he only left me just a little space and he wasn't going over to his lane. You know what I mean? It's a narrow road. He stops, he goes like full blast and stops right next to me. So I flip up my helmet thing. He goes, "How you doing?" Like, you could tell by the body language that he was going to be a dick. This is the wrong way. You're going the wrong way. I said, "Okay, but you're speeding and you're right next to me, I think he knew what he was doing wrong. He was being a dick, essentially. Like, I guess he could have been a little like that guy over there. See, that guy's got an attitude with the horn. Still on the horn. Somebody's doing something bad over there. Like I said, it's body language is everything. You can tell a lot about what somebody's going to do or what their attitude is by just the look in the body language. And I had a feeling that this guy was going to be an asshole. So anyway, he stops and he said, "You're going the wrong way." And I said, "Yeah, but you're speeding. You're speeding." And he goes, "Yeah, but you're going the wrong way." And he was trying to be cool. He was trying to pretend like he was a cool guy. Like, "Hey, bud, by the way, you're speeding." Yeah. He's trying to keep his tone, but he was still being a dick. And so I knew this was going to be like a round and round thing. So I just thought, rather than letting myself get angry and get into a conversation, and what I wanted to say was, okay, here comes a gaggle of segways again. I don't know if it's the same segway, the same gang or a different gang of segwayers. There they go. They're just wagging away. I guess Segway is the name of the guy that invented it or something. I don't know. Apparently, it's just today's the Segway day. What I wanted to say to the guy was, "Look, dude, you don't need to be speeding, okay? I realize this is the one way now that you're telling me that, but you don't need to be doing 100 miles an hour and then speed up to me and right like kind of like closing me in between the curb. And just don't be a dick. You know what I mean? You don't have to be a dick about it. It would be a different thing if I was in his lane or like, you know what I mean, like blocking him, but he could have drove right by me No, regardless if it was a one-way or not a one-way. I did not see any signs that said one-way. You know how when you go into a one-way, there's not very many one-ways in Sarasota, period, okay? It's very rare. It will say wrong way. You know, it'll have a big red sign. It'll say, you know, red sign that'll say wrong way. So it gets your attention. But I do not remember seeing a sign that says one way. As I came out to the road, there was a really small sign that said one way. So I'm sure a lot of people make the same mistake, because this is what I would say is that whole neighborhood is two-way roads. So I guess you would get the impression that it was not a one-way road if you drove by there. Now I walk by that road a lot, but I don't necessarily drive by that road. I can't think of what the name of the road is though. There's a lot of construction going on here. Downtown Sarasota, right by the Gulf, what is this called? Bayfront area. Just tons and tons of, this is December, and it's probably one of the busiest times of the year for tourists. People come here to spend the holidays, even if they don't have relatives. They just, let's go to Florida and like have Christmas and yay, and just, it's gonna be nice and warm, which it is. And it's just like super, we can have a super time, and we can get some souvenir bricks right here. Just take a souvenir brick home. But anyway, my point is, now I know that road is one way. Just don't be a dick about it. And I have a feeling he's one of those guys that has a stick up his ass about people doing it. He probably lives in the area, and probably has had multiple people. So he took it upon himself to be the local cop, sheriff, the top cop in town, to let me know that it was one way by speeding up to me, rolled in down the window, and hey, what's going on? You're going the wrong way. You know, it's just a dude. Don't be a dick. You know, if you can avoid it, maybe that's your personality. But you know, if there's any way you can avoid being a douchebag about it. Now, that's not to say that I have never, that I have not ever had any traffic altercations or any altercations where I'm yelling at somebody for like doing a dick move or, you know, pulling out in front of me. No, I'm just like everybody else. I just get I get road ragey. Not to the point of getting in fights, but there was one incident right down this road where a guy was in the left turn lane, or right turn, I'm sorry. He was in the right turn lane and he was supposed to turn right, but he went straight over a bridge where there was no lane for him to go, and he was like sandwiching me between him and another car. And finally I honked at him for like 20 times, and then I finally had to yell at him because his window was open to pay attention, because what would have happened is he would have like sandwiched me into the other car, like between two lanes. Like I said, he was in the right turn lane. He was supposed to turn right. I was in the straight lane. Anyway. So yeah, I had to mention that because the guy, look, two old people on big Harleys with no helmets. It just kills me every time I see like people riding hogs and they got no helmet. Like it's just so dangerous, you know, especially in this traffic. This is like crazy time traffic in Sarasota. And you're like, you know who that might be? That guy on the right? That might be an artist that's very famous in Sarasota. That looks like him, actually. This guy who's a sculptor. Actually, I know he rides a Harley, but I don't know if that's him or not. But he looks just like that. He has like gray hair and a beard, and I haven't seen him in a long time. I can't think of his name either. I wonder if that's him. I would say from this distance, I would say no. But that's a really fancy motorcycle he has, though. I can't think of the guy's name. He's not like a biker per se, but he's like, he enjoys motorcycles. Like today, you don't have to be a serious biker to ride a bike, but that guy looks so much like that guy. And I can't think of his name. He actually does life-size sculpture. The guy I'm thinking of, whose name I don't know, does life-size sculptures. Like his first big one was an actual pickup truck with a sculpture of a redneck guy standing on it. Like if this were the truck, there would be a guy sitting there, and he was like leaning up against the tree, kind of like this, you know, just like with his hand tucked in his waistband and some cowboy boots on, and he painted it so it looked realistic. So you'd go by and you see this pickup truck parked in a parking spot where I think was his office building. And then there was this, I don't know what happened to that sculpture. Somebody probably bought it for, you know, $80,000. That guy was ringing like an old school bell, like one of those little ding, ding, like one of those, I don't know what, like little thumb bell. All I could hear was a little tiny bell going ding, ding, ding. It's like, dude, get an updated bell. I mean, get like a little beep, beep. I guess he didn't want me to crash into him. Just slow down. Just everybody just kind of chill out, man. You know, I feel like rather than people being merry, look at this guy hauling ass. See this dickhead right here? See, that's the douchebaggery that we have of people driving. Look, he almost ran into that car because that car just pulled in front of him. Did you see that? Right there. That guy turned left in front of him because that guy was in a super hurry to get through the light. And that idiot, I don't know what he was doing. He went down here and turned around and came back. It's like, what are people doing driving? Some of the most asinine driving. Here comes the Harley guys. There's something about dudes get off on the sound of a loud motorcycle. My bike sounds like a little moped. I haven't got the big loud pipes and stuff, but I don't know what, I don't like people hearing that like loud sound. I think I have an aversion to loud noise, period. Just anything that's loud, obnoxious noise, trucks and loud motorcycles and just, you know, loud music and bass, bom, 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 bom. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, it's like, it's that doesn't feel merry out. Hey, what's your name? What's your name? Did you see that? I don't know what she was saying, but I think she had a couple beers, one or too many beers. It's kind of early in the afternoon to be drunk like that. You know, as much as I do this, I don't get many people that like are shouting out. Sometimes they just beep. Look at the freaking beach traffic, man. This is the Ringling Causeway that goes out to Lido Key, which is a really popular spot for people. I don't know if they're having a festival or something. Maybe they are. It's funny how I don't really watch the news all that much, especially local news, just maybe once or twice a week. They may be having a festival out there, I don't know. I just wanted to just like shout at you guys and show you some of this wonderful weather we're having, despite the fact that it's kind of cloudy out. It's a very nice day, maybe 81 degrees, a light offshore breeze today with some partly cloudy showers and the winds coming out of the south and lots of traffic coming out of the beach. Anyway, just felt like I needed to do a video. I had the itch. I always get the itch at a certain part of the day that I'm like, I really want to do a video right now. It's like, I really need to talk to you. Have you ever been sitting home and just thinking, I need to talk to my friend, or I need to call my buddy, I need to call my family member, and just, you know, you get that itch, urge. It's almost like somebody's goading you to do it, like if you have a ghost spirit or something like that just goading you, like you need to do a video, So I didn't really have anything specific besides a guy yelling at me at traffic to talk about. But I also wanted to say sincerely thank you for all the support you guys do, the comments and the subscriptions and all that good stuff that people are saying. I get a lot of great comments, and I should be really thankful for that I'm not getting a lot of hate. Every once in a while, some smart ass will just troll me and say something stupid. And I know better than to like engage. I usually just put something, I usually just like put like a comment like from Gandhi in there, because like how can you argue with Gandhi? The guy was probably the greatest lawyer in the history of the world. Look it up, he was a lawyer. And when people are like, who gives a fuck, or, you know, you're an asshole, or, you know, whatever, I rarely get that. But on the slim occasions, few times that I get that, I usually try to deflect it, like as if I was like Captain America and I had a shield and I could just deflect that to the side, you know, whenever I get those bad comments, like I said, which are few and far between. It's either a click delete, bye-bye, or the satisfaction of knowing that I read it, but I am just saying, hey, you know, an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. But if you think about that, what the real deep meaning of that is, just like, you know, if you get mad and you hit somebody, then they hit you back, and then they come back and they hit you with a baseball bat and you hit them, and then you poke their eye out. You know, if we continue that mentality, the whole world will go blind eventually, because everybody's going to get all their eyes poked out. So that's just something that I will do. So if you ever send me a smart comment, I'll just send you back a nice Gandhi comment, which is such a sort of neutral type of commentary. Because what are you going to say if somebody says, you know, the only way you can, you know, be better is through your deeds, or something a deep message like that, where you're not commenting on what they say, you're just deflecting it softly with a nice Gandhi comment. Anyway, I think it's time to go. A friend of mine's coming over later. We're gonna go hang out, hopefully have a couple beers and have some fun tonight. I hope you guys are having a great day, and thank you for all your support. I don't really thank people enough. I need to start writing down names and doing shout outs. That's what I think I'm gonna do starting 2022. Maybe I should start doing that. It's just the people who are supportive and commentive, I just put their names. So I'll see you guys in the next video. You guys take care.